reflective of the style that you want. So I would congratulate you on that, because I really think that the style in which we are playing with is kind of what you're showing us, which is what it's supposed to sound like. So good job.
I would be conscious of how you're standing on the podium, because you're leaning to one side. You're like.
Is your weight on one foot or the other, is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going off of that and Jordan's comment, I was actually gonna say, if you notice, entrances were a lot more clear when you weren't like chilling back here and just kinda going. It was when you were forward and engaged with eye contact. I think that's part of it. And also just be sure to get the tempo and everything in the tip of the baton. Right now it's kind of in your hand form.
That's gonna happen next semester as well.
Yeah,
We haven't
it's-
had conducting here. So. Where is the ICTA showing up right now? Back in here, too. So you get, you're sending a variety of different messages. And if we are gonna use a baton, and there's a whole school of conducting without a baton, that's equally valid. We just happen to use a baton. And we teach the baton. Assuming that we're using the baton, then the information needs to go to the tip of the baton. Otherwise, nobody knows where to watch. I put that in quotes because nobody really watches, they see. There was a blog I found one time by accident. I wish I would have marked it. It was a discussion between the Philadelphia Orchestra about this issue. And they had guest conductors. And they had a pool on who could identify where the guest conductor's dictate were. Right elbow. You know, where are we watching? What are we looking for? And so it's not a problem that's unique to this space right here. Other thoughts?
I think you're doing a good job of error detection. You're just catching stuff on the podium. It's hard to hear a lot. Also, when you're stopped and make a correction, make sure you put it into context so you get something. Correct.
When you're trying to use more professional tone of voice, you have the potential to be loud and aggressive, and so you can hold it back. But be careful that your voice doesn't make it sound like you don't care. It's just a tone of voice thing. Maybe just try and like volume, but still have the specific intent in your voice.
But what are we dealing with in this particular case, Mark? This subject. Psychology. You folks don't have a clue yet. You think you're getting ready to be a teacher. Most of your work will be psychological. Trying to figure out what's going on with this group of people. And manipulating them psychologically. Manipulation is not a bad word, used in the correct context. So you are indeed manipulating, and using a particular tone of voice will manipulate in a certain way in other voice. I think that's what Mark is referring to. Others?
Just what we like were talking about yesterday, you got 3 different points of your just right now. Just trying to get them all. Yeah, you're going up for 2 like out here, and then you're bringing it back into the middle, and then centering it again for 1. So just, I know it's something we'll go over next semester, but.
Don't let the delay between when you give your downbeat and when the sound occurs freak you out. Just use repairs, because it can get a little bit behind.
The sound actually comes to behind where you pulse. Play anything at demanding exact dictate response, and you'll be unhappy with the response that you get. It won't be a musical response. Responding musically comes behind the beat. And if you conduct a synth band at 4 o'clock, and then synth wins at 4:30, and then wind symphony tomorrow at 12, you'll find the further you go into the quality of performer, the further behind Ictus they get. Synth band will be much closer, synth winds will be behind, and wind symphony will drive you crazy. They're that far behind. And it takes a while to get used to that. And, well, commencement services next spring, you will conduct wind symphony, and you'll experience that delay of sound that comes from.
You just kinda like ignore it.
Stick to your guns.
No, you get used to it. Because if you expect the ensemble to respond on the Ictus, what do they start to do?
Anticipate.
Say it again?
Anticipate.
I heard anticipation, but I heard something else. They stop listening and start watching. And the best musicians are good musicians because their listening skills are better, not because their watching skills are better. So, and most of you have been in my ensembles, you've never heard me say, watch me. I never say that. But I use the word listen a lot. I prefer listening. I don't care if you ever watch me, ever. Because your ears will tell you everything you need to know. And that's what you're experiencing right there. You want this sound here, just explore that a little bit. And try a little bit at the beginning and then at the, now at the tempo change, not so much, because you're pulsing 3 beats and you get it on 4. But start right at the beginning. And demand the clarinets give you a sound right on the beat, and then explore different ways to get the first sound.